benefits to be given, $2,400 or assistance of 21,000 pesos, 15,000 immediate livelihood assistance, 50,000. Ang daming perang binibigay. Talaga bang sulit ito para sa ating mamayan? Tunay ba yung mga nagsusurrender at talaga ba yung kasangkapan na ginagamit ang siyang binibigay sa pamahalaan o mga tulad ng maraming nagsasabi, puros kalawang na lang na bakal? Sa ngayon, apakalaki na ng nagastos natin, 2.613 billion po sa transitional assistance pa lamang. Apaka-konti naman ng baril. Di ba dapat halos magkapareho yung number niyan? Alam nga naman sundalo at combatant walang baril.
We are also comparing.
Nakita mo yung mga sinusurrender ang sasagwa hindi naman yun ang baril nila eh. Ang gaganda ng baril nila, talo pa tayo eh. Then tanong ko, ba't natin tinanggap yun? 22,000 na walang baril.
Sir, Madam, we have...
Dapat hindi natin tinatanggap pag walang dalang baril, di ba? Kasi hindi naman makatotohanan na lumalaban siya na walang dalang bakal.
The commission did...
Ang laki-laki na nga ng ginastos eh. Wala namang pakinabang. Tuloy-tuloy pa rin ang paputok. Decommissioning process. Anong ginagawa ninyo sa mga baril na na-decommission? Saan napupunta? 10 years? Binavalidate ng 10 years?
No,
Wala bang silbi lahat yan?
yeah,
Ang pagkaalam ko, puros kinalawang na yan. Hindi daw yung totoong mga baril. Saan ninyo linalagay? Kasi kung talagang serviceable yan, di ba dapat tinatago o kaya
it was in a storage.
i-mission order na yan lahat? Bakit saan ba napunta yan?
It was
Bakit tambak lang daw sa kampo? Baka nagkawalaan na yan. So have you?
We will put them beyond use. Meaning,
So have you put them beyond use?
we will melt them. We have now...
But you just said that they're in Camp Abubakar, so they haven't been decommissioned, they haven't been melted down, they are still serviceable. Why?
actually, ma'am, they are located in a closed ban. And they are...
I understand you're telling me that there are security measures, Secretary Galvez. Ang tinatanong ko, your mandate is to turn them unserviceable and it doesn't seem to have occurred.
Because we have an IDB in the
Yeah, but it's a 5-year process. Unang-una, napakakonti. Ikalawa, yung nahuli o na-surrender, nakatenga pa rin doon. Ba't ganun? Naguguluhan ako eh.
Tanong ko lang, how secured yung pinaglalagyan ng mga armas na sinurrender? And my question, follow-up to that is, how many firearms have been surrendered by the surrenderies and how many surrenderies you have so far? Gusto ko pagbanggain kung tama ba yung numero. Hindi? Then may problema tayong malaki, napakalaking problema. Namibigay kayo ng pera sa cash transfer or cash assistance, baka naman walang baril na dala is batuta lang o pat-pat, bibigyan agad ng cash. Dapat magkabanggaan nyo.
That was what Senator Imee Marcos was asking a while ago. Ano ba yung ratio? Kung merong 40,000 surrenderies,
40,000 na baril dapat.
dapat 1:1.
Or more.
Or more.
Or
yes.
more.
Or more. Kasi sabi nga ni Senator Imee, paano naman meron isang taong rebelde, walang armas, walang bakal, paano lalaban naman yun? Di ba? Kung batuta nga lang ang dala nun, mukhang hindi yata...
O baka ang dala ng palo-palo.
Senator Raffy, ang pagkasabi sa atin, 26,132 ang nag-surrender.
Okay.
Ang armas na nahagip, 4,625.
Oh my God.
Malayo.
Saktakan ng layo.
There's a big discrepancy with regard to the ratio. No?
Or baka naman 26,000 din yung baril na nakuha nila, kailan ni-recycle. Benenta.
Nakikita ko sa TV.
Ang
Yung
tanong din-
sinusurrender nila, parang mga kalawang na yun.
Ang tanong din ano yung mga baril na yon? Baka mga paltik na revolver?
You can shed light.
Marami kasing nagdududa, bulok na yung baril, tapos ang tatanda raw ng mga combatants na hindi naman daw totoo.
questions, I would like to yield the floor to Senator Mark. Baka meron kang opening statement.
Sabay-sabay na.
Yeah.
Pati yung
Hindi, yung ano muna. Yung sa granting of amnesty.
pero yung sa akin, sa LA lang.
Sige.
Gusto mo, later na lang.
Yeah. Alright. Thank you, Senator Imee.
Can do it na now para maka-
Okay. Sige.
sige. Sorry, can't make up my mind. Thank you very much. And I actually have a different resolution, 321, which is part of the agenda today, and I'm sure you're well aware of the inquiry into the delays and the updated report of the decommissioning of the MILF forces and weapons. As we well know, in 2014, there was a comprehensive agreement which concluded 17 years of negotiations. And part of this is the annex on normalization, paving the way for the laying down of weapons of MILF members and their transition to civilian life. So the organic law was thereafter passed, and we're fully aware that an independent decommissioning body was constituted with experts from Turkey, Norway, Brunei, Japan, and local experts that were thereafter chosen. Nevertheless, it came to our attention that this is a very delayed procedure. Only 12,000 of the 40,000 having been decommissioned with much suspicion about their age and their status as non-combatants and the surrender of weapons that were never serviceable in the first place. And the pandemic only made things worse, and delays persisted until 2022 when 3 soldiers were killed in Albarca, Basilan. We're also aware that in September of 2022, a third phase was supposed to begin. But in less than 1 month, a civilian was again injured in Barangay Sambolawan, Midsayap, North Cot. And thereafter, 1 month later, 3 soldiers were again murdered in a clash with the 101st Infantry Brigade. So it is very apparent that this decommissioning is key to the peace and order in the BARM area, and there is a need to investigate regarding the delays and the veracity of the decommissioned forces and the surrenderees. Are they actually the combatants that we were after? Are they in fact surrendering genuine service weapons? And when shall we see the end of this entire process? There is also a level of confusion with regard to the amount of money and the various benefits to be given. $2,400 or assistance of 21,000 pesos, 15,000 immediate livelihood assistance, 50,000. Ang daming perang binibigay. Talaga bang sulit ito para sa ating mamayan? Tunay ba yung mga nagsusurrender at talaga ba yung kasangkapan na ginagamit ang siyang binibigay sa pamahalaan o mga tulad ng maraming nagsasabi, puros kalawang na lang na bakal? Eto nga ang nais nating malaman. Sa ngayon, apakalaki na ng nagastos natin, 2.613 billion po sa transitional assistance pa lamang. Laki-laki ng pera. So, kinakailangan malaman natin yung update dito dahil nga nauwi sa napakaraming delay. Sa 10 taon na to 2024 na po tayo. Nag-umpisa to dapat 2014.
Sir, Your Honors, can I answer some of the questions? For the information of the Honorable Senator Imee Marcos, as of this date, we already had 26,132 MILF combatants that already been decommissioned, and 4,625 firearms had been also decommissioned.
Napakakonti naman ng baril. Di ba dapat halos magkapareho yung number niyan? Alam nga naman sundalo at combatant walang baril.
Yes, Your Honor, that is also the sentiment of the Armed Forces of the Philippines, that they also want to have a 1:1. That's why we are also comparing.
Pag nakita mo yung mga sinusurrender ang sasagwa hindi naman yun ang baril nila eh. Ang gaganda ng baril nila, talo pa tayo eh.
True. That was what I was asking a while ago.
Iba kanina. Sabi
They
nga,
were
mga
surrendering
kinalaman eh.
unserviceable firearms, rusty firearms.
Then tanong ko, ba't natin tinanggap yun? 22,000 na walang baril.
Sir, Madam, we have.
Dapat hindi natin tinatanggap pag walang dalang baril, di ba? Kasi hindi naman makatotohanan na lumalaban siya na walang dalang bakal.
That makes sense, Secretary Galvez. How did you accept the rebels without returning any firearms?
Sir,
the government?
the position of the armed forces and also with the government is that we are pushing to the implementing panel, because the implementing panel, the GPH and the MILF, we convey to them that the desire of the armed forces of the Philippines and also the security sector is to have 1:1, meaning 1 combatant for 1 firearms. They aver that the organic firearms that the MILF had is only 7,000, meaning there are 3 categories of the ownership. One is personally owned, one is organic owned by the MILF, and the others are being loaned from other sources. So we have also a comprehensive program on how we could manage to recover their personal firearms through the Aspire. We have already asked some localization of the governors. In fact, we already implemented it in Basilan, wherein
Sorry, Mr. Chair.
the localization implementation of the normalization program is that we involve the local government units, especially the governors.
But as we are well aware, there's quite serious tension between the BARM and the LCEs. So,
So that-
exactly how is this operable?
Sir, Ma'am, Your Honors, we deem it important that the normalization be localized through the involvement of the governors, because we hear their sentiments that in the decommissioning and also in normalization they were not involved. And true enough with their sentiments, we have some sort of a consultation with them, and we this year. We are implementing the localization of normalization with the involvement of all the governors in the PARM. In fact, Your Honors, we already completed the program with we initiated the program with Basilan, and last February 1 and 2, we talked with Governor Adjong and also the Vice Governor of Lanao del Norte, holding the troops of Commander Bravo, so that we can have also the localization. In that aspect, Madam, your concerns will be fully addressed.
Pero ang realidad, Secretary Galvez, ang totoo, nakaka-10 years na po tayo at mahigit konting 60% pa lamang ang na-achieve natin. 26,000 pa lamang. Ang pagkaalam ko, yung target dapat 44,000. Kasi yun na nakalista. Ang ibig sabihin nito, another 18,000, another 7 years bago tayo matapos.
Madam,
Ang pagkaalam ko, dapat matapos to bago magka-eleksyon ng 2025.
Yes,
Yun ang
madam.
usapan, di
Yes,
ba?
Yes, Madam.
But at the rate you're going, palagay ko, it will take 7 to 8 years kasi ang bagal eh.
Ma'am, we would like to clarify that the CAB was signed 2014. But the BOL was only ratified 2019. So we started the decommissioning in 2019. But it was pushed back for 3 years because of COVID-19. 2020, we have already, in 2019, we were able to fully decommission the second batch.
It's a total of how many? First batch saka second batch?
First batch is 12,000, Madam.
O tapos?
And then the third batch is 14,000. But
Hindi,
because,
yung second muna. Yung
the,
sinasabi mong natapos,
the first batch is the ceremonial of 145. The second batch is the 12,000. And then the third batch is 14,000. So we were able to complete the third batch only last August 2023 when we declared that the pandemic is already over. So meaning
Secretary Galvez, as you're fully aware, the cries for an independent Mindanao have been revived very forcefully
Madam.
by former President Duterte as well as former Speaker Pantaleon Alvarez. That being the case, it's incumbent upon us to do this as quickly and as thoroughly as possible. I understand from you that you have now initiated an effort to involve the local chief executives who have been very discomfited by the entire effort.
yes, yes,
Kasi lagi lang ginagamit yung mga BTC lamang. Wala namang mga organisasyon na malaman kung sino talaga yung combatant, sino talaga yung totoong MILF na sundalo. So, nais kong malaman, what other steps are we taking to make certain that we in fact meet this 2025 deadline? Malapit-lapit na yan, isang taon na lang.
Yes, Madam. For this year, we are so happy to inform you that the DBM already released the 448 million intended for more or less 6,000 last December 29. This is coming from the unprogrammed fund of 2023.
I'm a little bit lost. Bakit pera ang sinagot mo?
Because the commission did.
Ang laki-laki na nga ng ginastos wala namang pakinabang, tuloy-tuloy pa rin ang paputok.
Because the decommissioning involves the initial cash grant of 100,000.
Is it 100,000 or 2,400 US dollars? I'm confused.
Only 100.
There are so many listings here, kaya nalilito rin yung mga mag-a-apply.
For the MILF, Your Honor, we have to give during the decommissioning and validation, we need to give an initial cash gift of 100,000 from the DSWD.
From DSWD?
Yes.
Anong tawag dyan? Anong tawag sa project?
Initial cash grant, Your
Hindi,
Honor.
anong pangalan? Anong pangalan ng project? Hindi ko alam eh. Para matrace ko.
Unconditional cash assistance. It is being released by DBM to us, and then it will be.
No, I'm a little bit lost. You're saying it's DSWD. I'm very familiar with their budget, and I don't think that's the item that's stated in the GAA.
It was a transitional cash assistance given lodged in our budget in OPAPRU, and it will be transferred to DSWD for the transfer and implementation. Considering that the DSWD has.
OPAP. Sa madaling sabi, OPAP.
Yes.
Yun ang hahanapin ko sa budget ninyo.
Yes, Madam.
At titignan yung breakdown. Yung 2.6 billion, ilan na yung surrendery dyan, yung sinasabi nyo total?
The 2.6 billion is comprises already the 26,132 combatants that had been commissioned and given unconditional cash transfer.
So that's divided by 100,000 apiece. So you're saying that 26,000 kaya 2.6 billion.
Yes, Madam.
So you're for the 448, another 4,000 people.
Another more
4,600.
4,600, Madam. Yes, and we have also
Lang pa yan, malayo-layo pa yan sa inyo.
we
Malayo-layo pa sa balance ninyo.
we have also budgeted for 2024 9,370.
Budgeted where?
2024 9,372 combatants.
Sa OPAP
Yes, Madam.
or DSWD?
Yes, Madam, sa amin po.
OPAP.
Yes.
So you're seeking to complete the remainder, is that correct?
Yes, Madam, in 2025.
How assured are we that that will actually happen, considering that you've taken so long in the past?
If you look at the timeline,
I mean, you said you will enlist the LCEs, no? The chief executives that are local. Maliban doon, is there anything else that can be done? Because this is essential, as we all know, to the peace and progress of Mindanao, and we need to do this as quickly and efficiently as possible. Maliban sa LCEs, ano pang gagawin natin para makatulong? Sabi mo, sapat na yung budget. Ano pa?
actually there is some sort of EO 70 wherein the intercabinet cluster also converges in order to provide socioeconomic packages to the combatants also. Because the conditional cash transfer of 100,000, considering that most of these combatants are from the poverty and poverty index sector. If you look at the BARM before the implementation of the BOL, they have more or less more than 60% of them are under the poverty index. So the 100,000 for us is not enough for them to be away from the poverty trap that they had. That's why we have now some interagency collaboration, including DSWD and DA, in order to have a complete social package to our farmers and also to our combatants who are engaged in
Yes,
farming.
I'd appreciate an updated record of what's occurred, because there have been so many unsatisfactory reports about the decommissioning process. Anong ginagawa ninyo sa mga baril na decommission? Saan napupunta?
It was put in the in a secured area in Kapabubakar, and it is now undergoing validation for the power
10
possibility.
years na po. 10 years? Binavalidate ng 10 years?
No,
Wala bang silbi lahat yan?
yeah,
Ang pagkaalam ko, puros kinalawang na yan. Hindi daw yung totoong mga baril.
How many are serviceable and how many are not?
all operational.
4,600
All
naman.
operational, Your Honors, because most of the combatants are using caliber 31 carbine during that time and also
Yes.
Iran.
No, that's precisely why I'm asking. Saan ninyo linalagay? Kasi kung talagang serviceable yan, di ba dapat tinatago o kaya
It was in a storage.
i-mission order na yan lahat? Bakit saan ba napunta yan?
It was,
Nakatambak lang daw sa kampo? Baka nagkawalaan na yan.
No, madam. I just came there in Camp Abubakar. It is a headquarters of the 1st Marine Brigade. And the IDB is taking care of that in that what we call SASA. We call it secured area wherein it is...
No, pero sayang naman, kung pwede pang gamitin, like the chairman said, bakit hindi assign yan?
Your Honors, these are decommissioned firearms. The agreement is we will put them beyond use.
So have you?
We will put them beyond use,
So
meaning
have you put them beyond use?
we will melt them. We have now
But you just said that they're in Camp Abubakar, so they haven't been decommissioned, they haven't been melted down, they are still serviceable. Why? 10 years?
there is a process of the implementing panel.
Isn't that too long a process, 10 taon, para lang i-render unserviceable ang baril?
Madam, this is not 10 years. We have only started in 2019, and also
Sabihin na nga natin 5 years. Ang haba naman. Madali naman mag-unserviceable ng baril, hindi naman ganun kakomplikado. At saka melting is not necessary. We all know that.
actually, ma'am, they are located in a closed ban, and they are.
I understand you're telling me that there are security measures, Secretary Galvez. Ang tinatanong ko, your mandate is to turn them unserviceable and it doesn't seem to have occurred.
We are in the process of because we have an IDB in the
Yeah, but it's a 5-year process. Unang-una, napakakonti. Ikalawa, yung nahuli o na-surrender, nakatenga pa rin doon. Ba't ganun? Naguguluhan ako eh.
There is a mechanism on how to dispose, madam, and then we are just waiting for the decision of
But surely a 5-year mechanism is far too long. It's very inefficient.
We will expedite, madam.
Okay, so kasi kung di rin gagamitin o hindi naman sisirain, mas maigi gamitin na, ipamigay na sa sundalo natin na kulang naman ang armas.
Pwede ba yun? Pwede bang ibigay sa ating sundalo?
The agreement is it will be put beyond use, so it will
Pero
be
they're
melted.
not doing
It will be
it.
melted.
Excuse me?
Pwede, sorry.
Yes,
Pwede makisingit. Sana, quick question.
with the permission of Senator Masas.
Madam Senator Imee, tanong ko lang, how secured yung pinaglalagyan ng mga armas na sinurrender? And my question, follow-up to that is, how many firearms have been surrendered by the surrenderies and how many surrenderies you have so far? Gusto ko pagbanggain kung tama ba yung numero. Hindi? Then may problema tayong malaki, napakalaking problema. Namimigay kayo ng pera sa cash transfer or cash assistance, baka naman walang baril na dala is batuta lang o pat-pat, bibigyan agad ng cash. Dapat magkabanggaan nyo.
That was what Senator Imee Marcos was asking a while ago. Ano ba yung ratio? kung merong 40,000 surrenderies,
40,000 na baril dapat.
dapat 1 is
Or more.
or more.
Or
Yes.
more.
Or more. Kasi sabi nga ni Senator Imee, paano naman meron isang taong rebelde, walang armas, walang bakal, paano lalaban naman yun? Di ba? Kung batuta nga lang ang dala nun, mukhang hindi yata...
O baka ang dala ng palo-palo.
Senator Raffy, ang pagkasabi sa atin, 26,132 ang nag-surrender.
Okay.
Ang armas na nahagip, 4,625
Oh, my goodness.
Ang
Malayo.
saktakan ng layo.
There's a big discrepancy with regard to the ratio. No?
Or baka naman 26,000 din yung baril na nakuha nila kailan ni-recycle. Benenta o
Out of these 4,000 rifles or whatever, ilan yung serviceable doon? Lahat yun serviceable?
Yes, sir. 4,600.
Are you sure? Kasi
Yes,
yung mga nakikita ko sa TV,
Ang
yung
tanong
mga
din-
sinusurrender nila, pare mga kalawang na yun.
ang tanong din ano yung mga baril na yon? Baka mga paltik na revolver?
Normally, they've surrendered the cruiser weapons. Sir.
Ano nga po? Carbine?
81 mm mortars, 50 caliber machine guns,
Wag na yung mga machine guns. Ano po yung mga M16?
M16, yes, sir.
Marami? Ano yung karamihan?
Majority, sir, M16, sir. At saka M14.
Okay, excuse me, Senator Tulfo. Meron tayong representative from the MILF. Maybe you can shed light.
Marami kasing nagdududa, bulok na yung baril, tapos ang tatanda raw ng mga combatants na hindi naman daw totoo. How do we authenticate and verify in all cases, both with regard to the weaponry as well as to the identity of the said combatants?